Welcome and good to have you here. There are a few important notes for our live streaming audience that I would like to share. First, the Hogs and Pig Report is a principal federal economic indicator, and the Office of Management and Budget provides specific guidance on how these important reports are to be released. OMB statistical policy instructs policy-making officials not to make any public comment with regard to the content of the reports within 1 hour of the release. So we will not be taking questions during the briefing from the public. However, NASS staff are available by email or phone, and NASS will host a social media event 1 hour after the release. We will strive to have everything presented at this briefing match the official record. However, should there be any discrepancies between what is presented at this briefing and the published estimates, always refer to the official published estimates. With that, I'll turn it over to Mr. Travis Averill, Chief of the NASS Livestock Branch. Travis, the podium is yours.
Thank you, Tony. I appreciate everyone joining us here today. Welcome to the 2023 September Quarterly Hogs and Pigs Agricultural Statistics Board briefing. First, I'd like to provide an overview of the September 2023 Quarterly Hogs and Pigs Survey data collection. On the map are the sample sizes of all 50 states in the survey. A total of 4,539 operations were surveyed. Data collection started on August 31st and finished on the 17th of September. Normal collection methods were used to gather the data through mail, telephone, internet, and face-to-face interviews. The primary data items collected were total inventory by class and weight groups, sows farrowed, pig crop, and pigs per litter. This quarter, revisions for U.S. hogs and pigs. All inventory and pig crop estimates from September 2022 to June of 2023 were reviewed using final pig crop, official slaughter, death loss, and updated import and export data. The table has the initial estimate, current revisions, the net revision, and current estimates. This is the second opportunity to revise March 2023. All hogs and pigs for March 1, 2023. Net revision is an increase of 1%. And current estimate is at 73.6 million. For the December 2022 to February 2023, pig crop net revision is an increase of 1.5%, and current estimate is at 32.5 million. This quarter was the first opportunity to revise the June 2023 data, and all hogs and pigs for June 1, 2023 net revision is an increase of 0.5%, and current estimate is at 72.7 million. For the pig crop for March to May of 2023, the net revision is an increase of 0.2%, and current estimate is at 33 million. Let's get into today's data with the report. For September 1, all hogs and pigs is at 74.3 million head, up 0.3% from previous year. The breeding hogs is at 6,079,000 head, a decrease of 1.2% from 2022. Market hogs is at 68.2 million head, up 0.4% from last year. The top 5 states are listed in the bottom left-hand corner, and Iowa leads the way, up 3% from previous year, whereas Minnesota is down 1% from 2022, and North Carolina is down 4% from last year. Illinois and Indiana are both up 2% from prior year's totals, and that wraps up the top 5 states in the U.S. for inventory. At the bottom right-hand corner is a chart of the U.S. hogs and pigs inventory from 2014 to present. The September inventories are represented by the orange square in the previous quarter. Previous quarter for June is the green diamond. Here is a map of the United States for September 1, 2023 inventory with comparisons to 2022. The top number is the inventory as a unit of 1,000 head, and the bottom number is the percent change from previous year inventory. Of the 16 published states, 10 states are increasing from previous year, and those are in blue. The darker the color, the greater the percent change is year to year. And 6 states are decreasing from 2022, and those are in red. No states had unchanged from last year. And as you can see, there's an ampersand that follows the inventory number for Utah. That's a record low for the quarter September. As I stated on a previous slide, market hogs is at 68.2 million head, up 0.4% from last year. So let's look at the breakouts of the market hogs by weight groups. As you can see, all four weight groups are up year over year. The less than 50 pounds are at 21.9 million head, up at 0.1%. 50 to 119 pound weight group is at 19.8 million head, an increase of 0.4%. And 120 to 179 pound weight group is at 14.1 million head, up 0.7%. Wrap up the weight groups, 180 pounds and over is at 12.5 million, up 0.6% from 2022. Below the table is the quarterly distributions of the weight groups from September 2020. Next, we have the sows. Sows farrow for June to August. Sorry about that. Sows farrow for June to August 2023 is at 2,949,000 head, down 113,000 from previous year. Just note, in the June quarterly hogs and pigs report, the second intentions we had at 2,942,000, and the first intentions in the March hogs and pigs report had that same quarter at 2,973,000. The second intentions for September to November 2023, sows farrowing is at 2,930,000, down 5.2% from prior year's actual farrowings. In the last quarter in June, in the hogs and pigs report, the same quarter for first intentions was at 2,953,000. First intentions for December 2023 to February 2024, sows farrowing is at 2,912,000. Down 40,000 head from previous year's actual farrowings. At the bottom is the U.S. quarterly sows farrow chart. Since 2014, sows farrow for June to August are the green squares. The second intentions for September to November is the orange diamond, and first intentions for December to February is the purple triangle. Next, we have the pig crop wean for June to August 2023 is at 34,229,000 head, an increase of 0.4% from previous year. Pigs per litter weaned is at 11.61, up from the rate of 11.13 last year, and an increase of 0.25% from previous quarters pigs per litter. As you can see on the chart of the U.S. quarterly pigs per litter for 2014 to current, since 2019, the litter rate had tapered around 11, although the last 4 quarters, we've seen an improvement as there's been record high for the respective quarters for pigs per litter. Trade expectations compared to NASA estimates as a percent of previous year. Trade ranges are gray, trade averages are the black circles, and NASA estimates are the red squares. Of the items on this chart, breeding hogs in both farrow intentions for September to November and December to February are within trade expectations, whereas trade expectations are lower for all hogs and pigs, market hogs in the pig crop for June to August. The all hogs and pigs chart of ASB first estimate versus final estimates for the last 10 years. ASB first and final estimates are the blue and red line respectively, and the trade ranges are illustrated with the light gray. Note 6 of the last 12 quarters, the ASB final estimate has been within trade expectations. Here's a table of the U.S. breeding herd inventory for the last 10 years and provides a disposition and utilization. The previous quarter breeding herd was at 6,146,000. During this current quarter, hog producers slaughtered 930,000, while at the same time added back 863,000 to the breeding herd. The current quarter's breeding herd is at 6,079,000 head, which is down 73,000 from previous year. Sow utilization is calculated from the current quarter sows farrow of 2,949,000 divided by the previous quarter's breeding herd, and equates to 48%. Next, we have the Canadian imports by quarter for feeder pigs and slaughter hogs. Canadian feeder pigs and slaughter hogs imported for the third quarter of 2023 accounted for 1,700,000 as 29,000 head compared to 1,572,000 in 2022. That is an increase of 10% from last year's imports. The Canadian quarter import values are above the respective quarter. Feeder pigs as a percent of the imports are the light blue. Of the imports from Canada, 73% are feeder pigs, or 1,259,000 head this quarter, up compared to last year's total of 1,186,000 head. That is an increase of 6.1%. Whereas slaughter hogs as a percentage of the imports are illustrated with the darker blue. Slaughter hogs accounted for 27% of the imports, or 471,000 head compared to 386,000 head in 2022. That is an increase of 22.1%. The U.S. prices received by farmers for hogs and corn. The chart provides the prices for the last 10 years. The hog prices are blue, the corn prices are red. The most current prices are for July. The August prices will be released in tomorrow's agriculture prices report. To the right of the chart are the hog and corn prices for the last 6 months, along with the ratios. The 6-month ratio ranges from 8.51 to 11.95. And all are below the historic break even of 15. July ratio improved as hog prices were $74.30 a hundredweight. That is almost up $10 from the June price. And the corn prices for July dropped from $6.22 in July compared to the $6.49 in June. Highlight selected upcoming NASS reports. In addition to today's hogs and pigs report, we also have the egg products report. Tomorrow on September 29th will be the small grain summary, grain stocks and agriculture prices report. Care report for cotton systems, fats and oils and grain crushings will be released on October 2nd. Dairy products on the 4th of October. October 12th will be crop production, cotton ginnings, and October 19th, milk production, and then cattle on feed on October 20th. Just a reminder, the 2023 USDA Fall Data Users Meeting will be held virtually October 17th and 18th. Registration is open, so if you'd like to attend, please use the link below and you can register. Later today at 4 p.m., I'll be hosting Stat Chat to answer any questions concerning the release of the September Hogs and Pigs report. All reports are available at the NASS official website. I appreciate everyone's attention for today's live streaming session for the September quarterly Hogs and Pigs ASB briefing. I hope everyone enjoys the rest of the day. This concludes today's live streaming session.